YouTube? It's your boy, the Memphis Accelerate, back at you with all of my card games. The show, we take a look at whatever deck we're going to take a look at and have ourselves good old times. Today, everybody, we take a quick break from Karibos in order to take a look at what is perhaps the trolliest Exodia variant I have ever heard of. We got ourselves the brand new Crooked Cook Exodia variant. It's not quite brand new, but we're taking a look at the Crooked Cook variant of Exodia, the Forbidden One. The whole idea of this deck, summoning out this Crooked Cook with battle protection, and literally just sitting there. This deck is all about sitting there. You don't do anything else with this deck, and you win. That's all you have to do. Just sit there, and you'll win with the deck. So we're going to be taking this out in Yugioh Pro, showing it off, show you how it works, all the good stuff, all the hits and giggles. And let me go ahead and go over the deck list, and then we'll go right into the duels. So for our main deck, we're of course running one each of the Exodia pieces. We have three each of Buzzsaw Shark, Right-Handed Shark, Silent Angler, Astral Karibo, Beautiful Princess. We also have Instant Fusion, 1 for 1, 1 Day of Peace, 3 Puri Ray Map, 3 Dark Ruler No More, 3 Ready Fusion, 1 Upstart Goblin, 3 Pot of Prosperity, Final Countdown, and for my own tech choice, we got Forbidden Lance at 3. For extra deck, the only thing important is, of course, 3 copies of the Crooked Cook. We have 3 Rare Fish, 3 Natis, 3 Chimeratech Fortress Dragon, and 3 Chimeratech Mega Fleet Dragon. And so the side deck, if you really want to run draw power on your opponent's turn, go ahead for Reckless Greed. There is a bit of a risk there, but Crooked Cook has an out to that risk. So that is an option. And if you really want to screw with people, Mystic Mind is a thing, but it's not really that necessary unless you want like double insurance. So that's the deck here. Let's go ahead and Yugioh Pro. We're going to show this deck off. We're going to troll people really, really hard and have ourselves a good old time. Alright, our first opponent. You do want to kind of go first with this deck. It's not too important, but going first, it doesn't let you run into too much disruption. Okay, we'll let our opponent go first. Not a big deal. We've started off with a bunch of our starting cards. The thing about this deck, super consistent. You know, you're going to start out with your starter 90% of the time. 90% of the time. We got so many starters. We got this starter, that starter, this other starter. There can only be one monster of each type. Well, that's not a big problem. In fact, that's not a problem at all. Normally, that would be really annoying, but it's not a problem for us. So we're going to start Final Countdown, just our alternate win condition. 20 turns from now, I win. We're going to go ahead and see one monster of each type. Not a problem. We're going to summon Silent Angler. Normally, you special this guy from your hand while you have the Right-Handed Shark. But we're not going to do that now. We're going to reveal our Crooked Cook. And we're going to summon out Astral Karibo as a level 4 monster. And then we're going to go ahead and make the Crooked Cook in defense mode. And that is literally all we need to do. That's literally the deck right there. Making Crooked Cook with protection. You see, this guy, if you have no other cards, he's unaffected by all other cards. And so long as I use either Astral Karibo or Right-Handed Shark, he can't be beaten in battle. So it's just a situation where you set yourself up a monster, and your opponent can't do much to it. Now, there are ways around it. They're very specific things to get around it. There's also things like, you know, kaijus obviously get around it. Piercing damage, which isn't as common nowadays. There are still decks that run it on occasion, but most decks don't. What else? Burn damage, alternate win conditions. Those can also be effective against this, but any traditional sort of removal will not work on Crooked Cook. Traditional sorts of things like there can only be one, as you can see, does not work against this deck as often as you would think it would. So, that's the thing. So, he's got the Lightning Chidori. Attach material target face-up card opponent controls, return it to the top of the deck. Doesn't do a thing. Get out of here, Tweety Bird. Get out of here, Tweety Bird. You're not going to be able to do a thing against me. That's not going to work. That's not going to work. I can't be beaten in battle. So yeah, that's the whole idea of this deck. This is the deck of passive-aggressive Exodia play. You know, as you can see, there's Exodia's leg right there. He's like, hey, how's it going? I'm going to stick my leg out in the road and you're going to pull over. And that's what this deck is about, man. You just sit here. You got to be like the Buddha, okay? That's why Buddha's on the sleeves, is you got to be very patient. Because my opponent has, like, multiple methods of like, say if this was Compulse. If this was Compulse and this was in Perm, he could get rid of my Crooked Cook. Because, you can chain an effect with Crooked Cook while you have, cards on the field. Say if I was to play Lance for whatever reason, or if I was to play my Pot of Prosperity, and this guy hit me with a Compulse, I can use Crooked Cook's effect to destroy all my other cards. That's a quick effect he has. But if my opponent has him Perm as well, that will get rid of the Crooked Cook. I also have my Period Ray map. Period Ray searches Beautiful Princess. Princess summons out Buzzsaw, or can even summon out Right-Handed Shark, whatever works out. It's a deck of super consistency and very niche weaknesses. Now, it is possible to out. I've actually outed this deck a couple of times of myself. It is possible. The biggest thing is overconfidence. You don't want to get super overconfident with this deck. You don't want to ignore your weaknesses and start setting a bunch of back row, things like the Reckless Greed. I considered Reckless Greed just to speed up Exodia, but like I said, it does carry its weaknesses. Same thing with running like Mystic Mine. I could have run Mystic Mine. It's a nasty card, but I didn't want to. Because I feel like that's something everyone would do. And, other people have played this deck. I first heard about this deck. I've seen the deck before. I didn't really think about it too much, but I heard about this being like a thing from DZIF. And I heard, he told about how he heard about it from Team Yadalock. I don't know where they got it from. I played against this deck like months and months ago. I don't remember exactly what I was playing, but I did play against somebody who did have a Crooked Cook on the board. I don't think that was like Exodia, but that's what they were doing. But yeah, my opponent surrenders. Your opponent's not going to allow you to win with Final Countdown ever, but it's a good thing to just put some pressure on the opponent. So there's our first win of the day. It's probably going to be a lot of this, a lot of me ranting, but we're just gonna keep going for it. Do as many duels as we can do, and just keep ranting about stuff. Alrighty, second opponent. Let's go do it again. Alright, again, we'll get to go first, which is always good with this deck. What do we have for nobody can? Alrighty. I like you. Me like you. I like this a lot. Let's go ahead and bait out any Ash Blossoms. Don't want to get hit with Ash Blossoms if I can help it. We'll go with the Princess. We'll just do that. We'll just do what we do. The deck does the same thing over and over again. What can I say? Consistency out the wazoo. That's what we do. We got our Buzzsaw Shark. My opponent either unable to respond or has no idea what we're trying to do. Who knows? What can we talk about? We need to find something to talk about while we're doing the same thing. Let me tell you, it's one of those things. We gotta do something here. And I will take the risk off the Prosperity. I don't think he can out me right now. That would be kind of weird. 4, 5, and I usually just get rid of the Chimera text first. It's just like, all good. Okay. Come on. An Exodia piece would be nice here. No Exodia piece. So we'll get the other pot. We'll get the other pot, and hopefully we don't, draw 2 pieces off of this. That would be the best thing. So we'll end our turn. I'm really looking forward to community posts. I just hit 500 subs the other day, and apparently it takes about a week to verify that on YouTube, and they get you the community tab set up. I'm literally looking forward to that because I wanted to start doing community tab stuff. And my opponent immediately surrenders. This guy just straight up searches Mystic Mine and nope, I'm done. I'm done. Oh boy. Okay. Well, that's gonna happen too. Okay. This deck is certainly more anti-troll. It's like a troll deck that trolls trolls. It's an anti-troll deck. It's pretty neat. All right. Let's go for an actual second duel. Alrighty, an actual secondary opponent. Don't get to pick this time, but whatever. Oh, hey, we get to go first anyway. Sweet. That's exactly what I want to see happen. Alrighty, let's go ahead. Do it again, cause that's what this deck does. Summons the same thing over and over again. It's pretty neat. Yeah, that's what we do. But yeah, what was I talking about before? Yeah, community posts. I'm really looking forward to that. Just a way to connect to my people just a little bit better. Especially stream schedules and stuff. I gotta stream every Saturday the rest of the year. But next year when we start the streams up differently, I gotta have, like, a way to communicate with people better. And, probably try some polls or something, especially with the ban list coming up. I think it's in January, maybe February, probably January, February, the next ban list. Really gotta start thinking, what needs to be hit? Does Crooked Cook need to be hit? Probably not. But there are definitely things that need to get hit on the next ban list. Like, personally, I think Barrier Statue of the Stormwinds is probably the thing that needs to get hit the most. Just because it's the Barrier Statue that's the easiest to summon. Like, they're all summonable off ties, but Stormwinds can be summoned off Simorgh, which, like, a whole bunch of different decks can make just because of the King of Tweety Birds, the big old Link monster. So I do feel like that if any of the Barrier Statues are going to get banned, it would be him. So, what else? Probably Dragoon would definitely should be going. Obviously, the Phoenix dude is also pretty annoying, but because he's new, he's not going to get hit anytime soon. Although, I would say that both Dragoon and Phoenix Enforcer gives a reason to hit Verte Anaconda. Because with Verte, you can put that Phoenix Enforcer dude into any deck. It makes it a lot easier to put him just like whatever you want. Whereas, like Verte makes it easier for either, Dragoon or Phoenix Enforcer to be put in any deck. But heroes can already just, casually shut out that card because they have regular poly and they have the Destiny Fusion that doesn't interrupt their plays, so it's going to be interesting, the next ban list, to see if Konami hits, like, really problematic cards. You know what I mean? It's like, sometimes they'll hit the right cards, sometimes they won't hit the right cards at all. I remember that one ban list years ago that was, like, what was it, Necros, Unicorn, and the Ulta Canahawk came off, and, like, one other card. I don't remember which card it was, but it exists. I don't think that did anything at all. So Konami, they're a weird company sometimes. It's like, they'll ban cards, not just because they're problematic, but because, like, they want to push other cards to be bought by the people. It's a thing. They're a bunch of weirdos like that sometimes. They're a bunch of weirdies, and let me tell you, I've just been rambling on this whole time. I don't even know what my opponent's doing. What is this guy playing exactly? Some sort of Danger Shaddoll variant of some form? That appears to be the case. I don't think, unless he's playing, like, I don't know. There's not much he has that can really get around what I'm doing. I mean, he's certainly going. He is certainly going out the wazoo. And he's got that Thunderbird, and that Thunderbird's gonna miss. It's a swing and a miss. Imagine he was gonna go for another Exceed or something. But, yeah, that's what we do. We're just sitting here, sitting pretty. I got my cook. He's frying some stuff up with his, like, flamethrower. Why don't chefs cook with a flamethrower more often? I feel like that's something that more chefs should do. Like, what's the problem? You're trained right. You're not going to burn your whole restaurant down. So quit being a baby about it. Use a flamethrower, damn it. Also wear a nice big old stovepipe hat. That's the way to go about it. That's the way to go about it. What else you talk? Let's see. Ban list, Taiba. Oh, you know what I heard recently? I'm not a big My Hero Academia watcher or reader or anything like that. But I heard that the traitor from, like, Season 1 was finally revealed, and it was like, I haven't actually checked my source. I think it was Invisible Girl that got revealed to do that. I don't remember her name. She's just Invisible Girl. And I was sitting there thinking, like, okay, now that you hear who it is, it makes a lot of sense. It's like an Occam's razor sort of situation where, you're looking for a traitor, look for the most obvious person. The most obvious infiltrator is the person you can't see. You can't see her, you don't know what she looks like, you don't know her facial expressions or anything like that, so makes a lot of sense. It makes a heckin' lot of sense now. I mean, personally, I thought it was Frog Girl for a while, for, very loose reasons. I didn't really pay attention to it that much, but I thought it would have been kind of, like, not like she was a traitor so much as she was, like, being coerced, but I don't know what the reasoning for Invisible Girl traitoring would be, other than maybe, I don't know, having her quirk removed so she could be visible? I don't know. I don't read the manga or nothing, so I'm not one to speculate on that part. I'm not gonna speculate on something I don't know a damn shite about. Me, I'm just gonna sit on Crooked Cook. That's all I do. That's what I do. I summon that Crooked Cook. I draw an Exodia pieces. Look at this. I got 2 whole pieces. Not only do I have 2 pieces, I got both the arms. I got big old arms right here. Protecting me. Protecting my spells. I got the Pure Ray map. Retort Fusion. I remember Pure Ray map. Like, not only... This is like a card from Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds. It was used by that guy who used the Ancestors of Chronomalies. The guys that got turned into Chronomalies later on. He used this card. The Pure Ray map. I remember reading about this in a book once. It's just like, it's this very old map. And what makes it special is that it shows Antarctica on it. And what's special about it is because this map was like way older than when Antarctica was discovered. Officially. So, it's very mysterious. And also, I believe it was, what was it? Like, it shows Antarctica like as the landmass, not the ice-covered landmass. You know, like it shows like the actual land underneath the ice belt of Antarctica. Which is the funny thing about the Pure Ray map. It's very mysterious. Who made it? Why they make it? Who knows? As for me, I'm just staring down Shaddoll's, man. He's doing everything he cannot complain that I am stopping him from playing. Because technically speaking, he is playing the game. I mean, he's got, look at it, he's got Shaddoll Fusion, he's got this 4-link material Appaloosa, he's got the Falco. I haven't even touched Falco. He can flip Falco. You know how much better Shadolls are when you get to flip the Falco? So much better. What are we going for, Shekanaga? That is in fact a Shekanaga. Yeah, because he can target a Shaddoll and bring it back. In face, down position. Ooh, excuse me. Excuse me. What else we got? I was looking through some old cards. Well, I wasn't looking for old cards. I got some old cards here. I was looking through an old book of mine, just, you know, rummaging through. I'm cleaning out a little bit. And I found this old bookmark. Yugioh Drakmord. It's pretty crazy how old artwork look. Like, if you look at Appaloosa, or you look at Crooked Cook, and then you look at this guy, you got a bunch of plague victims on one. It's like, Konami wouldn't make art like this again. And then you got Appaloosa, which is a woman with a bow on a polar bear. Like, that's just where women with bows should be, is on polar bears, I suppose. And then you got Shekanaga here, who's a puppet lady on a big old... I think she's on Cleafort Towers, actually. Alright. We'll take a slight risk here. We'll actually play a card. Why not? I mean, even if he has, like, an interrupt, I should be good. We'll go ahead and banish some cards, excavate some cards, do the card shuffle. Alright, come on. Give me one piece. Yeah, perfect. Okay. And I could go for Final Countdown. I'm just going to go to get the Exodia. But this is technically an Exodia deck. So I'm going to go for the Exodia pieces whenever I can. You know? There's no reason not to. Like, this is an Exodia... Like most Exodia decks, we're trying to draw as soon as, you know, as quickly as possible. Just keep drawing cards. That's what you're trying to do. Just keep drawing out the wazoo. Actually, funny story. My show that I do on the channel, 100 Days Yu-Gi-Oh! I do have an Exodia deck lined up. When is that deck again? There it is. Day 15. Got an Exodia variant. I won't tell you what. Well, I'll tell you what it is. It's Ojamas. Don't ask how that one's gonna work. I still have to work on that deck, but Ojama Zodia sounds pretty interesting. You know, it's probably gonna be more of a deep dive sort of Exodia deck like you're used to seeing, but no, 'tis what it is. And this guy is just desperately trying to do something about this Crooked Cook. He's just like, please die. He's like, just please die. Please die. It's funny. It reminds me of my buddy Necro, who is a YouTuber slash streamer. Oh, and he surrendered. But yeah, Necro is the sort of person who, like, yeah, if he's losing to an enemy in a video game, he, like, begs for them to kill him. And then when he starts to win, he's just like, take it, bitch. That's what Necro's like. Alright, so there's another case of my opponent rage quitting to this deck. Let's go ahead and keep going. You know, we got 2 decent decks or duels under our belts. Let's go ahead, just duel 1 or 2 more times, just to see what happens. Alright, keep on heading out. Keep on heading. You know, every duel is going to be pretty much the same here. Ooh, not bad. Not bad at all. It's always nice when you start off with the right-handed shark and you got your silent angler. It makes things simple. Makes it simple and clean and all that good stuff. Alrighty. He got something. He has something, we know that. Alright, special summon. You know, the nice thing about the right-hand shark, your opponent's not going to immediately think they're going to get hit with Crook. They're usually going to think you're up against, like, Bahamut Shark or something. So it's a nice bit of, like, I summoned this. What are you going to do about it? You got something for me? Threatening Roar. I'm in defense mode. I'm in defense mode. I don't know what you were thinking with that one. Okay, so this guy's clearly doing something trolly himself. Possibly another version of Exodia. Who knows? I don't know, but I can't be beaten in battle, so I don't know what you're thinking there. Yeah, this seems to be potentially another version of Exodia. Probably more of a stall variant if the Threatening Roar and the card trader didn't tell you that. During the standby, shuffle a card from your hand to the deck, draw another card. I see. Fascinating. Let me think about this. Pass. Pass! I don't need to do anything. I don't need to do nothing. Okay, so this guy... He's definitely playing an Exodia deck, or something to that effect. Oh yeah, definitely doing some sort of Exodia deck or something. Yeah, that's exactly what this is. It's an Explodia deck. I didn't know... Actually, I didn't know that you could tribute the face down Exodia pieces for that. Interesting. Alright, well normally I would go for the 1 day of peace, but I don't want my opponent to have a free draw just yet. Maybe later, after we draw into our own Exodia bits, we'll find out. You know, because it's like, my opponent's trying to do his little shindig here. He definitely has the Witch of the Black Forest. Thing is, if he special summons, like, Dark the Dark Charmer or some Link, trying to get this to the grave to get an Exodia piece, I will get to draw a card. I will get to draw a card as well, my friend. That is how that works. This is the battle between one Exodia deck and another Exodia deck. The thing is, against a version of Exodia like this, I'd prefer to be more aggressive. I prefer to slap him in the face a few times, but, you know, I'm in defense mode, so I can't really do that. I mean, obviously I could put this in attack and just ram into the witch, but that's not really going to help me all too much. Alrighty, so we're just going to have to keep on keeping on. Let me think about this. I could deck thin. Let's deck thin a little bit, just to kind of get things rolling a little bit. So we're going to go ahead and summon out our Beautiful Princess. I'm going to use Princess's effect, banishing that, bring out a Buzzsaw Shark. Let's see. Only effect this card used to exceed. Cannot special summon except for exceeds. That's fine. I'm just trying to deck thin right now. You know, I'm not gonna attack this dude or anything like that. I just want to deck thin a little bit. And we're gonna go ahead and activate Crooked Cook's effect. I'm gonna go ahead and detach material, destroy my monsters, make myself a little bit bigger, and I'll pass. I just wanted to deck thin, you know? Sometimes you gotta do that, and next turn I can do that again. I can just keep on deck thinning, and eventually, one of us will get to Exodia. The question is, who will get there first? The heck is this? Draw this card, reveal it, summon it. This card's special summon. Target a monster you control sent to grave. Summon level 1 spellcaster from deck. Okay. Interesting. I mean, he's certainly getting the Exodia pieces. He's certainly getting the Exodia pieces. I mean, like I said, like a deck normally like this one would not be super effective. It's just the fact that I'm also stalling is the reason his deck is working at all. Okay, I get to draw a card there. And you've got one of your Exodia pieces in the grave now, and my opponent surrenders. Yeah, that was a critical misplay on his part. I don't know what he was thinking, because Unicorn doesn't do anything. Cook is immune. I get to draw a card, and Incarnate only works when it's destroyed by battle. So that's a case of an Exodia player who doesn't know quite what he wants in life. So that is what it is. You know, eventually, I'm pretty sure I was going to get into Exodia first, especially with that free draw. So let's go for another duel. Alrighty. What duel are we on? I don't even remember at this point. It's like I'm just kind of going through these duels at this point. I don't know whose turn it is or what duel this is or anything like that. I just got a mother flipping fish. So we'll go with our mother flipping fish and go for our other mother flipping fish, which is the Buzzsaw Shark. Based loosely around the Cookie Cutter Shark, even though Cookie Cutter Sharks don't have razor blades on them. Fun fact. So, yeah, Crooked Cook, hello. Here I am. Nice to meet you. And we'll go ahead and activate the Pot of Prosperity. Might as well. You know, we're going first. There's no reason not to risk it. Unless Konami makes it compulsory that works from the hand. I don't think that we need to worry about that. Alright, 1, 2, 3. No. 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 Get the other Pot of Prosperity, I suppose. No reason not to. You know, we're putting the cards we need closer to us. I just need to not... you know, excavate 2 copies of Exodia with this. That's the only thing I don't want to get, because then it makes Exodiaing a lot harder. So, this guy's called Blackwing 333. What is the 333? I don't know. Is he the 333rd Blackwing player? I have a stinking suspicion he is not a Blackwing player at all, because what Blackwing player would banish a chunk of their extra deck? Not many. Not many at all. Pretty weird, man, playing Pot of Prosperity in a Blackwing deck. That'd be pretty weird. Okay, he's only gonna banish 3 cards. What was that? Oh, it's, what do you call this deck? It's, Red Dragon Archfiend. Red Dragon's Archfiend deck. Okay. Interesting. Normally that would be a problematic dude, because, you know, he destroys defense monsters, and my monster's in defense, but I'm unaffected, so it's not a big deal. What card did he get? You got the okay, let's see, Crimson Fire. Opponent activates Spell Trap to inflict damage. I don't do burn damage, so that's not a problem. I knew Wild Wind can, like, special summon itself. If you control Fiend 200, 1500 or less attacks, summon this card from the hand. You attempt this. Cannot summon except for synchros. Oh, okay. It's even like if you attempt to summon it. Like if I negate it, he still can only synchro summon. Synchro summon, Sancro summon, Swingcro summon. That's the next summoning mechanic. After Rush Duels, you know, we get into Yu-Gi-Oh! Like Generation 8. We're gonna call them Swingcro summons. Where you have to dance if you want to summon a monster. That's the thing. That's gonna be the next big thing, ladies and gentlemen. 4, 5, and I'll leave a fish just in case I need it. Alright, come on, baby. 2, 3, 4, 5. Perfect. 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 Get an Exodia piece. We're so close. We've got 10 cards on the bottom of the deck that we don't need to worry about, so within the next 20 turns, we will be having Exodia in our hand. Barring this guy somehow outing Crooked Cook. You know, so far, been having good times not having the Crooked Cook outed. You know, like I said, not a lot of people play, like, obvious outs to this guy. You know, not as many kaijus anymore, but is there a chance he's playing kaiju? I suppose it's possible. It is possible. It's always possible. Crimson Resonator. I see. That just reminds me of 100 Days of Yu-Gi-Oh! Season 4, where I started the season with Red Dragon Archfiend, because I had never played Red Dragon Archfiend before then. It's one of those decks that just kind of exists, and I just didn't play it. And then eventually I was like, I would like to try that out, please. And I did. And it was a lot of fun. You know, a lot of samey stuff, where you're just summoning out the big old Synchro boy. But it's still cool. It's still pretty cool. Still pretty nice. So what is this guy gonna do now? That's the question, isn't it? My opponent stares down this crook. This dang old cook. He's kind of a crook. He steals the wins from the little baby boys. And it's like, he can do plays. He just can't out this very easy. Okay, so we got Crimson Resonator. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, no. Going for Red Rising of Dragon. To revive this dude and give him a life point boost. Say 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So he needs one more level to do, like, the big old beat-all, end-all boy. Can he do that? I don't know. Maybe. He's doing something. Tyrant Red Dragon Archfiend. What does this do? Yeah, Red Rain. Normally would nuke my board, but not today, sir. Can I be special during the main phase? Destroy all the cards on the field. Rest destroy all the monsters on attack. During the battle phase, spell try activated. Negate activation. Okay. Yeah, Red Rain pretty nasty. If you have a high level synchro, you can banish all the monsters on the field. Normally that would be pretty nasty, but I am unaffected. I'm just like stone-faced. Stone-faced wall. You can't stop me. This is Crooked Cook's face, by the way. This is what he's saying right now. It's like, you can punch me all you want. It ain't gonna do you much good. Coughing. Coughing. Speaking of coughing, Pokemon Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl. I haven't actually played it yet. I'm gonna be playing it eventually, not on the channel or anything, but I am looking forward to it. I know that there's some people that say it's too easy, and I think they didn't. Like, for one thing, it's glitchy as hell because there's like Pokemon duplication and item duplication and all that. I mean, that's been a thing in other Pokemon games, obviously, but like from day one, really, Game Freak. I'm pretty sure Game Freak didn't make the game themselves, or didn't they send it to another studio or something? I think I heard that. But I'm still, you know, even if they made the game easy enough for small children to play it, I'm still looking forward to it. And even if that is too easy, I actually secretly have an old copy of Diamond and Pearl still for the old GBA. Not the GBA, the DS. Although I'd prefer to have a copy of Platinum, because I think Platinum's a little bit better than those two. Just a little bit. Just a wee bit. It's always the thing with, like, the third game in a series. Like, Pokemon's Gold and Silver, but Crystal was kind of better in just small ways. And, what else? Yeah, Pokemon Platinum. Not as many third... I mean, there's Pokemon Emerald. Pokemon Emerald. That's a thing, too. I don't know. It's a thing. I like Pokemon. Well, let me tell you. I'm classically... I love me some Pokemon. Like, I played Pokemon Red, Blue, man. I really got more into Pokemon during Silver and Gold, though, because I feel like there was a big leap from Red and Blue to Silver and Gold. Because not only... Silver and Gold just have... They fixed on a lot of the problems from Red and Blue. You know? Like, they had better sprites, better coloration, because there was, like, everything was different colored in Silver and Gold. In Red and Blue, everything was in a town was the same color, basically. You could tell what the moves... like, a little bit did. It wasn't, like, super detailed, but there was an actual move checker in Silver Gold. Silver Gold was also, like, I think it's, like, the longest Pokemon game, because you go through Johto, then you go to the Elite Four, then you go through Kanto, 8 more gyms, and then you go fight Red. So it's like, there was a lot of stuff to do in Silver Gold. And then back in Pokemon Crystal, that was the first time you could change your sprite to be a boy or a girl. That was a big thing back in the day. And I will not be telling no lies. I picked the girl avatar just to see what it would look like. And it looked pretty good. It looked pretty good. Alright, what do we got here? So, yeah, this guy, look at this guy. Look at this dude. Look at this Chad with his big old dragons with all their fire and their death metal. I can hear the death metal pounding in my ears. And this guy's just like, can your monster please die already? I'm gonna summon everything in the world. You might as well just die already. No, Crooked Cook will never die. He will never be dead. It would be hilarious, though, if Konami did actually ban this. I don't think they would. It's a thing. With kaijus being legal, banning boss monsters like this or Dragoon or something, it becomes a weird thing, because they're kind of trying to encourage you to play kaijus by not banning these things, you know what I mean? It's like, if you have a problem with your opponent having Dragoon and all this stuff, just play kaijus. You have a problem with Barrier Statue of the Stormwind? Just play Gandharla. It's a wind monster. You can tribute the you can banish you tribute the Barrier Statue for it. You know? It's a thing. It's a thing, you know? It's a weird thing. Konami's weird. Yu-Gi-Oh! Is a weird game. It's a very... We've come a long way from Set Pass. We've come so far from Set Pass, it's like a completely different game. Completely different game. 100% different game. So what is this guy doing now? Other than, like, desperately attempting to do something about Crooked Cook. Because like I said, I am very close to Exodiaing here. Because I've got the Exodia, I've got 2 pieces. I have 10 cards on the... So, within 18 cards, I will have Exodia. That's just how that works. And he can keep ramming into me all he likes. It ain't gonna do him any good. He's just playing at his frustrations here. Like, damn it, why won't you die? It's like that scene from Austin Powers, where Austin and that assassin lady, they got, yeah, he kept using her as a human shield when her partner kept trying to shoot him. And, yeah, she kept getting shot. And then eventually they get knocked out of the building, and it's like free falling, way longer than that building's size would allow, but eventually they crash into the ground, and she's like, you can't win, Powers. And he's like, why won't you die? And I don't think she ever did. I mean, she stopped moving after a while. She stopped, being there for a while, but, yeah, that tirade aside, my opponent has finally surrendered. Sadly, Exodia did not get to happen. Let's go ahead and just do one more duel. I'm feeling good. Let's just do one more duel. I don't even know what duel we're on. Let's do one more duel. Alright. Final duel of the day. I think this will work. I am currently snacking on a sandwich. Because I don't think this guy's going to know what's hit him. They got so much redundancy in it. They got Pot of Prosperity, Angler. My opponent didn't actually make a play of any form. Why even do, my dude? Alright, let's go ahead and start with the pot. Might as well. Don't really need to worry about much else. We'll go ahead and just straight up get... You know what? I'll leave a Chimera Tech in case this is randomly Cyber Dragons. Indeed. Indeed, you did Ash Blossom me. But unfortunately for you, that was not part of my plan at all. I don't need the pot. I can wait all day, young man. I can wait all day. So my opponent is staring down the power of the Crooked Cook. Will this be the duelist who has an out to our combo? Can you even call this a combo at this point? Not really. It's just like, it's literally just a roadblock. Like, imagine if you're driving down the road. You're going about 45, 50 miles an hour. And the road ahead of you is just completely empty. And you're like, okay, I'm driving my car. And then, like, there's 2 schmucks, like, half a mile down the road, they drag a roadblock right in front of your car, and there's, like, no way of avoiding the damn thing, and you just plow right into it. That's what this guy is, essentially. So unless this guy can, like, I don't know, be like Mach 5, push a button, shoot a ramp out in front of him, and ramp over the roadblock, he's not going to be able to do anything about this. That's just how this deck works. It's just so... It's so trolly in just a different way than most troll decks are. You know, because they're usually like, you're not allowed to play. This one's like, you're allowed to play as much as you want, so long as you can get around Crooked Cook. Because I can just sit here. Like I said, I can just sit here. I got Exodia pieces already coming into my hand. Shine Ball Agents. Agent, okay. Oh, wait. That could be a problem. Izzy got Parshath. That's potential. I don't think agents usually play Parshath. But there is a potential there. There is a slight potential of Parshath. Which would not necessarily be good if he has Parshath. Because that Parshath has piercing damage. But I don't know. Do they? I don't think agents usually play Parshath or any of its constituents that have similar abilities. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 10. We got 10 stars worth of dude. Alright. Condemned Dark Lord, the Lord of Condemned. Jeez, all the Ash... See, this guy's trying to negate me. Ooh, Asmodeus. Ooh. You don't see Asmodeus played as much. He's one of the original Dark Lords. In fact, he's the original... Well, I think between him and Desire are the boss monsters. But this guy, he does stuff too. Yeah, basically Asmodeus has this effect where... if he, like, once per turn he can send a fairy to the grave. But also if he's destroyed, he gives you tokens. One of the tokens can't be beaten in battle. The other one can't be beaten by card effect. I mean, this thing is a Parshath, but I don't think this is the one that has piercing damage. No, it does not. But so yeah, this guy's just gonna make his combo. I don't know exactly where it's going. I know he's gonna try and make like the big old synchro monster. And he can banish Venus. He's got the Agent of Destruction Venus that can like also bring back Mystic Shine Balls. What was that? Sorry, I got a message on my phone. It's junk. It's just junk. I'm just checking. Okay, so he's got the Agent of Destruction Venus. He can bring back the Shine Balls from the grave or the banished pile. That's a thing. Imduk normally could bounce things, but he's not even pointing to my monster because there's this big old gap in space. A gap in space and in time. Oh, shoot. I gotta wrap this episode up soon. The newest episode of Harlake's Chaos Draft just showed up. I gotta watch that shit. I would love to do my own version of Chaos Draft series. I would just have to find someone to do it with. I would love to do it with Necro or Shim, but... it's hard. It's very hard with those two sometimes. Maybe if I could find, like, a smaller YouTuber. Like, a smaller YouTuber. Like, someone with, like, barely any subs. That way, like, we could do the series, and I might gain a few subs, but, like, I give more subscribers to this new guy. You know what I'm saying? Because I remember... oh, lordy. I remember back starting out YouTube. How hard it was when you have, like, barely any subs. It's very hard sometimes to just get started, and so it would be nice if I could just find like a small YouTuber and be like, hey, would you like to try doing this thing? I don't know how popular it'll be, but it might be cool to do, you know? I think that would be cool. You know, it'd be nice for me to like do something nice for someone else, and also just to do something fun and quirky and different, you know what I mean? What was this guy doing? I have no idea. I have no idea what this guy was doing this whole time. Alright, so this guy's... He's still doing stuff, and I keep hiccuping. Artifact Dagda, and he's got Halka Fibrax, and he has other things as well. So he's got a Scythe, which he can obviously stop me from summoning another Cook if I really cared that much. He's got a Herald, and he has... Yeah, the Scythe is going to come out, but, like, big deal. Granted, that's a body on the board. Okay, so he's got this. Send a fairy from a deck or extra to the grave. Increase level by that level. This card's distributed summon. Things. Sacred Water. Waste the water. What does this do? Activate Sanctuary or a monster that lists it. If Sanctuary's on the field, gain 500 life for every period and agent you control. A monster that lists Sanctuary in the sky will be destroyed by battle. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, so this does just search him a card. Okay. I'm fine with that. I'm absolutely fine with that. I don't care what this guy's doing. He's just doing stuff and things. I don't give a shite. I don't give a shite. What does this do? Majesty, Hyperion, blah, 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 Banishing Agent. All damage you take from battles involving your fairies is also inflicted to your opponent. Okay, well, if you can have a zero-attack monster, oh, that'll be terrifying. Oh, wait. You have Sanctuary, so I don't take any damage. You don't take it, I don't take it. The world doesn't take the damage. That's how that goes. That's how that goes indeed. Alright, so what is this guy doing? Okay, he's got the Master Flare Hyperion. Here's the thing. He just keeps going. So I have to imagine he has an out to this, or he thinks he has an out to it, or maybe he's just playing the game. Who knows? Because it's like, I could do stuff whenever I damn well feel like it. I just don't damn well feel like doing it. Okay, so Halka Fibrax is going to finally do something. He's going to tag out for Wonder Magician. There are no spell traps to pop, though, unless this can pop himself. It could. Okay. Popping your own field spell, and then Synchro Summoning. Synchro Summoning what, however? That's the good question. Alright. Baroness de Frere. Oh. Alright. Target a card in the field, destroy it. Once all those cards on the field, card effect activated, negate, destroy. Only use the previous effect once per turn. Once per turn to the standby phase, target level 9 or lower monster in your grave. Return this card to the extra deck, specials on the month. Okay. Ooh, Plague Spreader Zombie. Now we are talking about something different here. He's got something fancy. What does this do? Sword Soul Supreme Sovereign Shang Shang. This card will be destroyed. Banish a card from the grave. Instead, a card is banished. Banish a card from both players' field and graveyard. Okay, well, I'm unaffected, so that doesn't actually affect me in any way. Alright, I didn't know that this thing existed. I don't remember every Sword Soul card. I don't even barely know Sword Souls at all. Hey, another Exodia piece. Sweet. Sweetness. I will say, it is funny to see, like, this guy is just, like, he is trying so hard to just do all these combos and make all these really impressive-looking monsters, and I've got Beautiful Princess in my hand. I'm just discarding it. It's like, what is even going on? I got this cook. This cook is just, like, the trolliest thing on earth. Whoever came up with this idea, I mean, it's not like the most... I won't say this is like the super creative thing. I mean, obviously, right-hand shark is a thing, but somebody remembered Crooked Cook's effect. I think, like, back when I made my top 10 numbers, I think I forgot it. I don't know if I forgot Crooked Cook, or I was like, it's not that great because you can just beat it over in battle. Now, if I was looking at it now, I would say Crooked Cook definitely deserves to be in the top 10 of numbers just because of this. I wouldn't put him in, like, the top 5 or anything, but he would definitely be, like, just without even looking at what I put on that list, I would put him in, like, maybe the 8 or the 7 spot, something like that. Because it's just, like, it's a very specific sort of situation that makes him so good, you know what I mean? In a standalone competition, like, every number with, like, bare bones materials, Crooked Cook would not be that impressive. But with this specific build, he looks a lot more impressive. That's what I'm gonna say. Like, my opponent is just like, look at this guy. I can see the smoke coming out of his ears. He's just like, I built this deck with my own blood, sweat, and tears. I built this deck with my own soul blade bare. How dare you stop me with your silly Crooked Cook? That's what he's saying to himself. He's fuming. He hasn't said anything. I don't think I have, oh, I did have mute opponents on. I forgot I had that. I'm gonna turn that off in case he wants to swear at me. Who knows? I don't remember turning that off. Weird. But yes. My opponent, I think he's thinking of whether he wants to use Baroness de Fleur. Or something. I don't know what he's trying to do. I think he's just really pissed off. He's really pissed off right now. I could type something. Maybe I'll type something in a minute. I don't know. I'm sitting pretty. I'm sitting pretty. This deck is really dumb. It's so dumb. It'll never be competitive because kaijus exist, but in a casual setting, it's funny as hell. It really is. It's just like, if you really want to mess with people and just ruin some friendships or something, like, take your best friend you've known since, like, grade school. You've been through grade school, elementary, middle, high school, college together. You've done everything in your lives together. Take this deck against him. You'll ruin your friendship in 5 minutes. That's what it does. That's what it does, man. Okay, so my opponent, he's thinking. He's a thinking and a thinking. He's a thinker. He's a thinker indeed. He's thinking of what he needs. I'm gonna type a hum. Let's see if he responds. Let's see. We will see indeed. Does my opponent say anything? Does he have an opinion on what my deck is doing? If I had to guess, he would probably not want to say a word to me if it was even a polite word at all. Because why would you want to say anything polite to someone playing this deck? Well, let me tell you, it's like, I'm just sitting here, sitting pretty. I've got the Buddha on my sleeves. I'm wearing the Buddha on my sleeves. He's got his Cheng Cheng. He's got Master Flare. He's just got all this stuff. He's got so much stuff, man. And it's like, all I need is Crooked Cook, and that's all she wrote. Alrighty, so I think my opponent has essentially rage quit. He didn't respond to me at all. Very rude. You know, if someone's gonna say at you, you might as well say something back. So yeah, my opponent, he's got nothing. I guess he's got the power of Crooked Cook is apparently too much for agents to deal with. I guess he has no outs to it. He has no, he has nothing. He has no kaijus. He's got no Underworld Goddess, nothing like that. So my opponent has timed out. And I think that'll be good for today. You know, this will be just fine. Let's go ahead to the end screen. Alrighty, so Crooked Cook Exodia. We did get, I don't even remember how many duels we had. We had wins. Were they moral victories? Absolutely not. We were on the moral low ground there for the entire match. I do wish, I forgot that I had muted opponent. I probably should have just checked that beforehand, but c'est la vie. Such is life. Sometimes you fuck that at the pit up. But, you know, it's not a big deal. You know, it would have just been a lot of people swearing at us and, like, you know, I'd have had to censor everything. So, this deck, you saw a lot of the good part of it. Luckily, we didn't run into any, like, alternate win conditions or burn damage or pierce damage. Because if that happens, you just lose, essentially. That's basically where you lose. That's where the Mystic Mind comes in to, like, keep you from dying, essentially. So, that's the deck. Hope you enjoyed it. You know, it's a nice Exodia deck. It's not the best Exodia deck. I'll put it right out there. Not the best Exodia deck. Probably one of the better Troll decks, though, because it's just like, damn you for your Crooked Cook. Damn you. Alright, so, hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Make sure to hit the like button if you liked it. Consider subbing if you haven't and you want to help the channel get even bigger. And next time we'll be taking a look at more traditional Karibo decks and things like that as I continue to work on my Karibo review. So until next time, your boy Memphis is signing out. See you later.